Hi. Still a little full from Thanksgiving. Feel a little indigestion. Hope you had a good holiday. And I hope that you're enjoying what's left of your holiday weekend. I've had the opportunity to sit down with some of my fellow co-owners over the holiday break. Recorded a little time with them. I hope you find that enjoyable. Additionally, I would like to add, if you wouldn't mind, please, now's the time that we start thinking about next year a little bit and what changes we might have in store. So if you wouldn't mind, start thinking some of those things. Yes, Doc, I have the 6 points per quarterback touchdown duly noted, and the roster spot, and Johnny's injured reserve. We have all that. Looking for any additional things we might need to consider over the break for 2011, so we can start getting those drafted. Also, I put a note in the little write-up there that we need to start looking at also making some changes to the rules document, because I think I found a couple of discrepancies. But if you wouldn't mind, take a look at that as well. So sit back, enjoy what is sure to be, I'm sure, a glorious fun for you and yours, and have a happy holiday. What's left of it. Hey, and welcome to week 11 of your fantasy football season, the RaFFle fantasy football season. Guys, if I can just steal you for just 1 second, guys. I know you're planning your doorbuster events and all, but just 1 minute, guys. Just 1 minute. With me, I've got the owner of the Jerk Store, Lawrence Matthew Meyer, owner of Heart Attack, Little Johnny Hot, and owner of the Young Studs, Little Joey Redaway. And yes, who the reins will be handed down to, Helmet Head Hot.
You know, before we go any further, I got to interrupt. I'm a little light, and I'm going to need a beverage.
What would you like, John?
How about a Red Bull would be great.
Red Bull it is.
And none of that sugar-free stuff.
All right, well, Joey's off running that, Aaron. So we're 2 games in. This is Thanksgiving. This is the post-Thanksgiving activity. So we're 2 games in. First off, buddy, let me get your thoughts on that Detroit game. How'd you enjoy that Detroit New England game?
I mean, I guess it keeps me somewhat interested. I was kind of glad I didn't scoop to get the Patriots defense. I was on the borderline, but luckily I kept them where they belong in the free agency market.
Johnny, any thoughts on that game?
Yeah, I thought it was awesome. Brady blew it up.
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah.
Excellent.
That was really good.
All right.
Thanks, Joe.
And then
Appreciate that.
the second game was that Dallas-New Orleans game. Joey, any thoughts on that Dallas-New Orleans game? What did you think of that?
How'd that work out?
Alright, Reggie Bush got how many points did Reggie Bush get?
John, do you remember?
I don't remember. I was too busy winning, I guess.
All right, so we got one more game. We got the lovely Jets taking on the Bengals. Any thoughts, any predictions? Let's pretend we're Fox NFL Sunday. We'll go around the horn. Joey, who do you like?
I like the Jets, and Dustin Keller's gonna have a real big night tonight.
Big night from Dustin Keller. Johnny?
I have a deep personal hatred for Carson Palmer. So,
Even over the dirty Sanchez?
yes, actually.
Really?
Yeah, I really dislike him. So I do think I think they'll score because they're going to be down the whole time. But you know, maybe a nice 34, 35, 21 game.
All right.
In favor of the Jets.
Jets?
Just hopefully, someone on my team can score points today, because apparently Dez Bryant doesn't.
He did get thrown to, I believe, 4 times.
Yeah.
If you can call being in the same zip
He
code
looked
as the ball.
really fast without the ball.
Yeah, he did.
He looked really fast.
I mean, with his mouth yapping, he was. He was good at that.
So did you give me a prediction on that game? Who's going to win that game?
I think the Jets somehow squeak it out in the end with a field goal. I think it stays close for a while, most of the game. And just hopefully maybe the Jets run a passing game today. Because Sean Green isn't anything, and hopefully LT breaks his leg or something. I don't know. I just need points.
I, for one, am not rooting for anyone to hurt themselves. All right, so speaking of hurting yourself, buddy, you are in the driver's seat. In fact, you have locked up your division. So, what are you looking for now? Is there anyone in particular you'd like to face in the playoffs, or anyone you don't want to face in the playoffs?
As of right now, I probably wouldn't want to play the Thunder, seeing my team doesn't do well against the Thunder. I'd say my last two out of my 3 losses came from the Thunder. So
Including a RaFFLe championship game, yes?
So I probably don't want to swing that way as far as or who I don't want to play.
Right.
Hopefully if Sanchez does have a big game, maybe I do get points. Maybe it helps other teams maybe work their way into the playoffs. Maybe like 11 Llamas, maybe.
I like the way you...
I would love to play them in the playoffs because we do know they suck, so...
Whoa.
That would be a nice, easy win.
Whoa, we'll edit that out later. Such animosity towards, the commissioner of this league. Johnny, what about you? You're in real good shape to make the playoffs. I mean, dare I say lock for the playoffs. Anyone you're looking forward to meeting up with in the playoffs?
This week is important because I have to set up next week's game against the Spankos.
Hot Bowl Part 2. This one's for real.
As long as I win this week, even though I started that guy, Reggie Bush, as long as I win this week, I got a shot next week against the Spankos, who, I've already beaten them once.
Who's to say it won't happen again, right?
So I win the division, and then I look forward to a rematch in the division championship game.
Really?
The Spankos
again.
To go to the Super Bowl.
All right, so you're just hoping that you get to play your brother like 3 or 4 times. A little bit of nepotism on your part.
I think it might be.
Okay. Well.
Keep it in the family.
Speaking of nepotism, so the boy here, you're 13 points out of the playoffs right now. What do you realistically, what chance do you give yourself to make the playoffs as a first-year team, pulling what I like to call the classic backdoor job?
I have a great chance of making it, I think.
Really?
I have a prediction that I'll murk the curtain this week.
Wow.
A great week for Mike Wallace.
Well, one second. Just for those of you listening home that are over the age of 18, Merc is slang for what again?
Murder.
Okay. I don't remember K in murder, but okay. So you're murking. Somebody's having a big day. Who's having a big day for you?
Mike Wallace. I'm going to start Brandon Jacobs because...
So basically, you're in the playoffs as of the end of this week, you're thinking?
Correct.
Really? Okay. What do you think your record's going to be when you get into the playoffs? I mean, not that it matters, Bill. I'm just kind of curious.
You have to win this week, right?
Yes, I have to win by at least 13 points.
4 wins?
Yes.
You have 3 wins? Oh, that's right. You did one back-to-back. That's right. And, of course, the big win against Britt.
Yeah,
all right. All right, well, I appreciate the time with you guys, but before I let you go, I got to ask. It is Thanksgiving. It was great for all of us to have a chance to get back together and spend some time together. Is there anything in particular that any of you are thankful for this year that you'd like to bring up, buddy? Anything you're thankful for?
My health. You can't really complain about that. Being with family for Thanksgiving, and also being in such a wonderful league of owners who just like to, hey, here's first place, here's $200, go on.
Wow.
So I'd like to thank all of you RaFFLe owners for giving me such a donacious gift.
That's classy. This has really turned into a classy hour with the RaFFLe owners.
Yeah.
John, anything you're particularly thankful for?
Just family and having the greatest kids in the world and the best wife in the world. I have the greatest wife ever. So that's pretty much it.
Anything, but how's your wife? Is she nice, or do you like her?
My wife is grade A.
Really? Okay.
She's the best.
Really? All right. Well, that's a shame. Joey, what about you? What are you thankful for this year, Joey?
Not really anything. I'm thankful for my dad. That's about it.
Right. No, I think you had it right the first time when you said, not really anything, because I deserve everything I've got. Is that what you meant to say?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, we'll murk all you clowns.
And I'm murking all you clowns. All right, well, I'm thankful for the time you spent here sharing your words of wisdom with us all. Blessed greetings and tidings to each one of you and yours, and good night.
See you in the playoffs.